Thank you, Madam Chair, Rucker, and distinguished, honorable speakers to be, state senators, representatives, delegates, members of ALEC, and colleagues. Quite an honor to be here speaking to you. I have this speech. I think I'll have to read some of it, but then when I arrived, I started meeting a lot of people that I've get to know when I've been visiting the different states that you represent. And I thought, well, I think I've said this in your state already. So I think I can't use it. When I went to Kansas, I spoke, only people from Kansas listen to this state, so then they all go to Oklahoma, to Wyoming, but you're all here now, so I can't do this. The trick only works, But anyways, but the gentleman that just received the shield, you talk about doing the right thing, and that's precisely why I'm doing the job that I'm doing, because it is, for me, doing the right thing to work for my country, defend the principles that you mentioned: freedom, democracy, human rights, doing what is right. Taiwan is a little island, well, about the size of Maryland, with a population of about Florida. But we've been facing a very big adversary on the other side of the Taiwan Strait. And for me, when I was growing up, it was like the David and Goliath situation, and we've been very difficult situations that we've had, being isolated internationally, not being able to represent our countries, not being able to fly our flags at sports events. So, but because we have so many friends like you, that we've been able to excel and slowly bring back some of our dignity for the people of Taiwan. And I want to bring the greetings and our thanks from the people of Taiwan to all of you for being our friends. And some of you may have seen the documentary 2 days ago here, Invisible Nation, that sort of highlights the situation that we find ourselves in. But again, because we have so many friends at different levels, at the state level and at the federal level, so it is very heartwarming that we're advancing. But the work that we do is not only at the federal level. I'm based in D.C., so yesterday I was with a congressional delegation from Taiwan. We were visiting Congress, Senate, the House, and met the Speaker, met chairmen, etc., and they all told us the same thing. Either it was from the Republican Party or from the Democratic Party. They all said, "Well, we're your friends. Tell us what we can do together, and we'll further that relationship." But why Taiwan matters to you, at the state level, because first of all, of the values that we talk about. We're trying to defend the same notions for life and liberty, but also because what we're going through, you would think, well, this is something that happens, in D.C., in the capitals, between Taiwan, between countries, but it's much nearer than you think. It's in your schools, it's in your farms, it's in your military bases, it's in your TikTok, it's in your infrastructure. All the threats that we face in Taiwan, it's similar situations you're facing here and at your state and your cities. It is something that we have to deal with it together, and it's something that very easily overlooked, but it's something that we have to defend. Taiwan has a hard-earned democracy. We used to be an authoritarian regime, one-party system, but because of many people who fought hard, dissidents, political dissidents, we had a sort of peaceful evolution into a full-fledged democracy. You are celebrating 250 years as a nation, as a democratic nation. We in Taiwan, we're celebrating this year our 30th anniversary of direct presidential elections. We held that in 1996 for the first time 30 years ago. Thank you. Through universal suffrage, our citizens were able to choose who was going to lead us for the next 4 years. And I know democracy is a little messy. Our legislature, our legislative yuan, I don't know if you've seen the videos, but it's a much more physical place, to say the least. Bottles fly, shoes fly, and fists goes around. But it's better for them to fight in the halls than for the people to be fighting in the streets. So democracy, at the end, it works for us, and it's a system that we want to keep. We're challenged by them constantly, by the People's Republic of China. They want to own us, they claim to own us, but we will do whatever it takes to keep and preserve our freedoms. Thank you. We are putting more money in our defense. Actually, by this year, we should be reaching 3% of our GDP on defense spending, and by 2030 should reach 5%. So people here in the United States, some people say, well, Alex, do the people of Taiwan have the will to fight or to preserve your own homeland? Of course we do, and we're showing that by spending more, by training more, by preparing for all sorts of contingencies in times of crisis, and look at examples such as Ukraine. But at the same time, the partnership that we have with you is not, besides based on values, but it's also based on the partnerships. We talked about celebrating democracy, 250 years, and for you, 30 years for Taiwan. But because of this common bond is that our partnership economically, technologically is growing because we're like-minded, and at the same time, it's a trustworthy relationship. We're building up this we call non-red supply chain, and it's working very, very well. Last year, Taiwan became your 4th largest trading partner. Little Taiwan, became your 4th largest trading partner. Only your neighbors, Canada, Mexico, and China does more trade than we do with you. But also last year, for the first time, you bought more from Taiwan than you bought from China. Imagine that. Little Taiwan and big China. And at the same time, Taiwan, our #1 trading partner used to be mainland China because of the proximity, because our factories were there. 85% of our FDI was going to China 12 years ago. 2 years ago, FDI from Taiwan to China came down to 7%. Now it's around maybe 2%. So where's that money going? It's coming here to the United States. And I know that the gentleman from Arizona is glowing because, yes, just Phoenix alone, one single company called TSMC in Phoenix is investing $265 billion in one single project. Imagine that. But nowadays, over 50%, probably 60% of FDI is coming to the United States. And that partnership is strong. It benefits you and I. We are bringing our factories away from China, mainland China, and coming here because the customers are here. You are our customers. But because of this trading deficit that you have on us, a very big deficit, we're bringing manufacturing into the United States so that we will produce locally, manufactured by US employees, and with technologies that we share and learn together. So this is a wonderful relationship that we're having. It's growing, it's strong, and it just, every time I travel to different states, I'm celebrating a new investment from Taiwan. I was in Dallas Tuesday. There's a company called Wistron from Taiwan, that plant is solely production of NVIDIA's newest, most high-tech computer stack. It's a 2-ton, 1.5 million piece supercomputer. And Jensen Huang was there, and he told the chairman of that company from Taiwan, wonderful, you have this almost $1 billion factory. I need 20 of them. So the chairman from Wistron said to his manager, I think we'll be busy for the next few years here in the United States. But anyways, I don't want to take too much time, but I just want to celebrate the partnership that we have between Taiwan and the United States. Also, I want to thank you for your support. You've always been very expressive in supporting Taiwan, be it for our democracy or facing our threats with mainland China, or international participation in the United Nations and other instances. So I really thank you, and hopefully I'll be able to visit your state again and express a thanks from the people of Taiwan personally. Thank you very much.